The Zen Master's Tea Lesson. In ancient Japan, there lived a renowned Zen master named Eisai. His wisdom attracted seekers from far and wide, including a young, ambitious scholar named Toru. Toru had spent years studying Buddhist texts and believed he had mastered their teachings. Confident in his knowledge, he traveled to Eisai's monastery, eager to debate and prove his understanding. Upon arrival, Toru was led to a simple tea room where Eisai sat in quiet meditation. The master opened his eyes and greeted Toru warmly, inviting him to sit. "I've come to discuss the deepest truths of Buddhism," Toru announced proudly. Eisai smiled and said, "Very well, but first let's share a cup of tea." The master began to prepare tea with deliberate, graceful movements. Toru watched him patiently, eager to begin their discussion. As Eisai poured the steaming tea into Toru's cup, he continued pouring even as the cup filled to the brim. Tea spilled over the rim, onto the table, and then onto Toru's robes. Alarmed, Toru exclaimed, "Master, the cup is full. No more will go in." Eisai stopped pouring and looked at Toru with kind eyes. "You are like this cup," he said. "You come here full of your own opinions and speculations. How can I show you Zen unless you first empty your cup?" Toru was stunned into silence. In that moment, he realized the truth of Eisai's words. His mind was so full of concepts and theories that there was no room for true wisdom to enter. Humbled, Toru bowed deeply. "Please, master," he said, "teach me to empty my cup." Eisai nodded and began to instruct Toru in the practice of zazen, or seated meditation. Days turned into weeks as Toru learned to quiet his mind and let go of his preconceptions. One morning, as Toru sat in meditation, he heard the soft call of a bird outside. In that simple sound, he suddenly understood what Eisai had been teaching him. His mind, now empty of cluttering thoughts, was able to perceive the world as it truly was. Eisai, observing Toru's transformation, invited him for tea once more. This time, as the master poured, Toru's cup remained empty and receptive, symbolizing his newfound openness to learning. As they sipped their tea in peaceful silence, Toru realized that true wisdom lay not in accumulating knowledge, but in cultivating a mind that was open, present, and aware. Years later, Toru became a respected Zen teacher himself, always beginning his lessons with a simple cup of tea, honoring the profound lesson he had learned from Master Eisai. His Zen master taught him, "Your mind is like an empty cup. When it is cluttered with preconceptions, expectations, and judgments, it cannot receive wisdom. But when you empty it completely, you create space for understanding."